on wearing the ihram. When one plans to or intends to enter the state of ihram, they should clean off any unwanted hairs, clip their nails, satisfy themselves of intercourse, and then perform a legal bath, perform ghusl. Because this is, you want to clean yourself, you want to make sure that you have taken care of everything that you cannot do in the state of ihram. For sisters, their regular garments will suffice as their garments of ihram, but their garments must not touch their face. So whatever it is, nothing can touch your face. Your faces have to remain open. Brothers will put on a pair of white towels without any socks. So no matter how cold it is, you can't wear socks. You can't wear anything on top of your head, no caps, no topi, and no undergarments. The only thing that you are allowed to wear are 2 sheets of white cloth. For brothers, the footwear should be selected such that the upper surface bone of the feet remain exposed. Glasses, watches, and hearing aids are all permissible and allowed, and you can wear those things in the state of ihram. Like mentioned, purify if necessary. So you've showered, you've cleaned yourself. Now what you will do is you will perform 2 rak'ah salat. So you've put on your ihram, you've showered, you've put on your ihram, and you're going to pray 2 rak'ah salat. In this case, because you're not in the state of ihram yet, and it is a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, you can and should cover your heads with one end of the towel. Right? You can take one end of the towel and cover your heads while you're praying this 2 rak'ah salat. In this 2 rak'ah salat, in the first rak'ah, it is sunnah to recite قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ, and in the second rak'ah, it is sunnah to recite قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Once you have prayed your salat, you will make a sincere dua and supplication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once you have made your dua, now it is time to say labbaik. It is time to make the intention for the Hajj and the Umrah. And as soon as you have said that, you will enter the state of ihram. But you will not say that until you have actually boarded the plane and the plane has taken off. You always want to be on the safe side, because it's very possible that you acquire the state of ihram and your flight becomes delayed. Now you will remain in the state of ihram until you perform an umrah. Right? You have to be in the state of ihram until you perform your umrah. So you want to make sure that you wait on making the intention and saying labbaik until you board the flight and the flight has taken off. The airlines, usually about 2 hours before you arrive into Jeddah, will actually make an announcement and remind you that you can go ahead and make your intention, because the miqat, the border, is going to be coming very soon and you can make the intention. If you're a sleeper, if you have a habit of sleeping on the plane, you don't want to wait for that announcement, because it's very possible you may sleep through the announcement. So once the plane takes off, the plane is in air, you can go ahead and make your intentions and say labbaik. Once you have made the intentions and said labbaik, you will have entered the state of ihram. Before we discuss the state of ihram, one more thing. The stitch factor. It is forbidden, haram, for a Muslim to reveal his or her awrah, their nakedness, any part of their nakedness. So if some people, because of the size of their size, fear that if they wear a towel on the bottom half of their body, which may not be stitched, and that their private parts may be exposed, then it is permissible for them to actually stitch through the towels in between, so that no part of their body, of their awrah, of their nakedness is exposed. This, however, is, although permissible, against the predominant standards, which is known as khilaf al-ula, but permissible. Using a belt is not a problem. You can definitely use a belt. Knots, tying knots, and pins are also against the predominant standards. The easiest way of putting an ihram is to take your ihram, hold it around. What you want to do is you probably want to have more on one end than the other. And take one end of the ihram and wrap it all the way inside as far as you can go, so that the entire front is covered, so you don't have fear of exposing any part of your body. You can bring the other side around. Some people prefer to go all the way to the back, which is very inconvenient. It's usually better to sort of have this part up in the front, and you can just wrap it around here. The next thing you will do is you can just either tie it down if you're comfortable. If you know how to wear an ihram, that's perfectly fine. Or what you can do is tie a belt right here. In some cases, or many cases, people will actually get a money belt which looks like this if you have one, and you will tie it around you, and you will leave your money and valuables inside. Because you will, during the days of Hajj, everything that you have, your money and everything will be with you. It won't be in your hotel locker, so you will have to have it with you. And what you will do is you can cover the belt with the ihram, so that no one knows that there's actually a belt there. And then the fanny pack or the pouch you can actually wear around it, so you can keep your spare change and things like that inside, so you don't always have to reach inside your belt to take out all your money. The top half of the ihram is actually very simple. You will just simply take the ihram and, like a shawl, just wrap it around your body and just put it there on top. Some people tend to put pins here, which some people find very inconvenient, and like I mentioned earlier, it is against the predominant standards. When you wear your ihram for the first time, you will feel very naked, but you will very soon get used to it, and you will realize that everyone around you is wearing the same thing, so you won't worry about it. When you are performing the 2 rak'ah, which is the 2 rak'ah before you actually wear your ihram, you will take your ihram and you can cover your head like this and have the ihram go around you, and then pray your 2 rak'ah salat. Once you are done, and before you make the intention, you will just have it come back down and put it around you like this. In the case of idtiba, where you expose your right shoulder, what you will do is the ihram that you have, it's very simple, that's wrapped around you. You will simply take it off, and instead of it going over your shoulder, you will simply go under your shoulder and just go around like this. And you will, perform your tawaf like this. All 7 circuits will be done like this. As soon as you're done with the 7 circuits, it'll come back out and you will cover your shoulder once again.